This is Plant-Based Briefing, Job Security for Farmers, Food Security for All, Part 1, by Chelsea Montes de Oca and the Good Food Institute at gfi.org. And I'm Marian Erickson, your host. This is the curated content plant-based podcast where I narrate a variety of articles on plant-based and vegan living with permission in about 10 minutes or less every weekday. And today's is longer than that, though, so it's going to be a two-parter. I'll read part 1 today and then tune in tomorrow for the second half. So now let's get to today's plant-based briefing. Job Security for Farmers, Food Security for All, Part 1, by Chelsea Montes de Oca and the Good Food Institute at gfi.org. Sustainable protein innovation can support rural livelihoods, strengthen food systems, and protect the planet. U.S. farmers face their fair share of challenges. Access to land has become increasingly difficult, especially for new and beginning farmers, as cropland prices have more than doubled since 2009. Soil degradation is another growing concern. More than a third of the Corn Belt has already lost its topsoil, leading to an estimated $3 billion in losses each year. And water scarcity is reshaping the future of farming, particularly in the American West, where prolonged droughts are already starting to threaten thirsty crops. What do these natural resource challenges have in common? For one thing, many of these resources are used to grow row crops, such as corn and soybeans, that are foundational to U.S. agriculture and essential to the economic well-being of U.S. farmers and rural economies. While a large share of these crops is currently used for animal feed, there are growing signs that now is a good time for row crop farmers to begin exploring potential new use cases for their crops. By opening new markets for crops and crop byproducts, the emerging alternative protein sector offers row crop farmers new pathways to increase profitability, reduce reliance on resource-intensive practices, and build more resilient farming systems. As our broader food system grapples with climate extremes, disease outbreaks, market volatility, and supply chain shocks, expanding our protein options can strengthen national food security and improve farmer livelihoods, helping build a food system that's more resilient, more efficient, and better for everyone. Building a circular economy through alternative proteins. One exciting avenue that alternative proteins open up for farmers is ingredient side streams. New technologies in protein production could allow farmers to make more money from their existing crops and create new uses for crop byproducts. This is a win-win for farmers and food manufacturers in need of lower-cost ingredients. In 2023, we analyzed 20 agricultural side streams, linked here, from the 8th highest volume crops in North America and found that 11 are suitable for plant-based food applications, 9 are suitable as protein sources for cultivated or fermented cells, and 13 can be used as sources of sugar for those cells. Although some of these side streams are commonly used for animal feed or other low-value applications, many do not currently have mature value chains and would greatly benefit from new end uses. This means farmers would not only potentially benefit from the growing plant-based meat market, but also from emerging sectors like cultivated meat and fermentation-derived proteins. These products rely on crop-based inputs for ingredients and feedstock, one of which is the most ubiquitous crops in the U.S., corn. To make cultivated meat and fermentation-derived proteins, producers use glucose as a source of energy in the production process, and that glucose often comes from corn. In the 21st century, the production of corn-based glucose has increased by nearly 80%. Markets for corn ebb and flow, and alternative proteins represent an economic opportunity for American corn farmers, adding new buyers, diversifying markets, and mitigating the risk of changing demand in the coming years. This means more jobs for more people who need them. When Liberation Labs announced a new fermentation facility in Richmond, Indiana, the company cited 3 reasons to choose the Midwest: high-quality energy, labor, and sugar, specifically corn sugar. The facility, which received a $25 million loan guarantee from USDA, will use corn dextrose as a feedstock, supporting the state's corn farmers and processors. This type of company and industry is a perfect fit for the Hoosier State, given Indiana's strong agriculture and manufacturing sectors. We love to see innovative new technologies creating quality jobs and career pathways for both today's and tomorrow's workforce, said Indiana Governor Eric Holcomb. You just listened to Job Security for Farmers, Food Security for All, Part 1, by Chelsea Montes de Oca and the Good Food Institute at gfi.org. And I'm your host, Marian Erickson. Tune in tomorrow for the second half of this article. where you'll hear how crop diversification can supply the alternative protein demand with crops like pulses, fungi, and aquatic plants, and things that NGOs and U.S. policymakers can do to help make this transition happen, and essentially to support farmers not just as food producers, but as innovators, land stewards, and economic anchors in their community. So please share this episode with anyone who might benefit, and thanks for listening.